Welcome to the audiobook version of Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. Hello, I'm Zlozie. Let's get started. Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy is a self-help book focused on overcoming procrastination and enhancing productivity. The title is derived from a Mark Twain quote which suggests that if the first thing you do each morning is to eat a live frog, you can go through the day with the satisfaction that the worst is behind you. In this context, the frog represents the most challenging and significant task of the day, one that you are most likely to procrastinate on, but that can have the most sustainable positive impact on your life and work. Chapter 1. Set the table. Tracy emphasizes the importance of clarity in achieving goals. He suggests writing down specific goals, breaking them into actionable steps, and setting deadlines. A practical example would be a writer wanting to finish a novel. By specifying the number of words to write each day and setting a completion deadline, the writer can systematically work towards the goal. Chapter 2. Plan every day in advance. Planning daily activity in advance is crucial. Tracy advises creating a to-do list for the next day before going to bed. This not only provides a clear roadmap but also reduces anxiety. For instance, a project manager can outline tasks for the next day, prioritize them, and ensure all necessary resources are available. Chapter 3. Apply the 80-20 rule to everything. The Pareto principle or the 80-20 rule states that 20% of activities produces 80% of results. Identifying and focusing on these critical tasks is key. An example could be a salesperson identifying that a small percentage of clients bring the majority of sales. Concentrating efforts on these clients can yield significant results. Chapter 4. Consider the consequences. Understanding the long-term consequences of tasks help prioritize them. Tasks with high long-term impact should take precedence. For example, a student deciding whether to study for exams or watch TV should recognize that studying has a more profound and lasting impact on their future. Chapter 5. Practice the ABCDE method continuously. The ABCDE method helps prioritize tasks based on their importance. A task, must do, very important. B task, should do, important but not as critical. C task, nice to do but no consequences. D task, delegate if possible. E task, eliminate if possible. For instance, a business executive might label preparing for a crucial client meeting as an A task, answering non-urgent email as a B task, and organizing office space as a C task. Chapter 6. Focus on key result areas. Identifying key result areas, KRAs, and working on them is essential. KRAs are crucial output that determine success in a job. For a teacher, KRAs might include lesson planning, student engagement, and grading. Focusing on these areas can improve overall performance. Chapter 7. The Law of Forced Efficiency. The law of forced efficiency states that there is never enough time to do everything, but there is always enough time to do the most important things. The law encourages setting strict deadlines and focusing on critical tasks. A practical application is a software developer with a tight project deadline, focusing solely on coding and testing rather than attending less important meetings. Chapter 8. Prepare thoroughly before you begin. Preparation is vital for effective execution. This involves gathering all necessary tools and information before starting a task. For example, a chef preparing a complex dish will first ensure all ingredients and equipment are ready, which streamlines the cooking process. Chapter 9. Do your homework. Acquiring necessary knowledge and skills before starting a task is crucial. Continuous learning and improving are emphasized. An example could be a marketer learning about new digital marketing strategies before launching a campaign to ensure it is effective. Chapter 10. Leverage your special talents. Focusing on area where you excel can add the most value is important. Identifying and utilizing unique talents can lead to greater success. For instance, an artist focusing on their unique style rather than mimicking others can create a distinct identity and attract a dedicated audience. Chapter 11. Identify your key constraints. Understanding what holds you back and working to overcome these constraints is essential for progress. If a writer struggles with distractions, identifying and eliminating these can improve productivity. Chapter 12. Take it one oil barrel at a time. This principle encourages breaking large tasks into smaller, manageable steps. For example, an entrepreneur looking to start a business can break down the process into steps like market research, creating a business plan, securing funding, and launching the product. Chapter 13. Put the pressure on yourself. Self-discipline and setting high standards for oneself are crucial. Taking responsibility and setting personal deadlines can drive performance. For instance, an athlete training for a competition might push themselves to exceed previous performance levels. Chapter 14. Maximize your personal powers. Maintaining good health and energy level through proper diet, exercise, and rest is essential for peak performance. A tired mind and body cannot perform optimally. Chapter 15. Motivate yourself into action. Positive self-talk and visualization technique can help maintain motivation. For instance, a student can visualize the satisfaction of graduating with honors to stay motivated during tough study sessions. Chapter 16. Practice creative procrastination. Since not all tasks can be done immediately, choosing to procrastinate on low-value tasks intentionally is advised. This allows focus on high-priority tasks. Chapter 17. Do the most difficult task first. Tackling the most challenging task first, eating the frog sets a positive tone for the day. An example could be a manager dealing with a difficult client issue. First thing in the morning to do is to avoid the stress. Chapter 18. Slice and dice the task. Breaking tasks into smaller chunks makes them less daunting and more manageable. A writer might divide a book into chapters, sections, and paragraphs, working on one at a time. Chapter 19. Create large chunks of time. Blocking out significant period of focused work on important tasks can enhance productivity. For instance, a developer might block out 3-hour chunks to work on coding without interruptions. Chapter 20. Develop a sense of urgency. Cultivating a habit of working quickly and efficiently creates momentum and leads to higher productivity. A salesperson working with a sense of urgency can close more deals in less time. Chapter 21. Single-handled every task. Once you start a task, work on it until completion without switching. This reduces time lost due to multitasking. For example, a designer working on a logo should focus solely on it until it's finished before moving to the next project. Now let's talk about the conclusion. Eat That Frog provides practical strategies to overcome procrastination and enhance productivity by focusing on the most critical tasks. Implementing these techniques can lead to significant improvement in both personal and professional life. So this is it for this book summary. I'll see you in the next one.